And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Pete Gray here, along with Corey Sandin. Rick's fishing in the War Heroes on Water tournament today. Probably slaying them right now.
I hope so.
Yeah. And what a couple of great guests we have here. Steve Oropeza from Promar and Captain Justin Botrell from Bowline Sport Fishing. Great time. Justin is a wealth of knowledge, as well as Steve's an incredible knowledgeably about lobster hooping and all the Promar line and stuff like that. Really fun. I'm learning a lot. Are you?
I'm learning, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love learning, man, whenever it comes to fishing. And if you want to learn and join us and be a part of the show, there's a couple ways to do it. 213-432-1090 is the telephone number. You can give us a call. Lines are full right now, but when a line does drop, you'll have that opportunity. Or you can text us via the app, only done through the app. Super cool way to do it. Just make sure you leave your name and telephone number, because we have to have a way to contact you if you win that $50 gift certificate to promarahi.com. And so we're giving away $50 to a lucky texter and $50 to a lucky caller. How about that?
Pretty good, yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So get through. Line. There's a line. Well, no, they're all full, but keep on trying. 213-432-1090. Of course, you can always get through on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And I want to throw out thank you to all the callers, all the texters. We can't get to everyone, but we do our best to try and get to everyone possible on the text, and we do appreciate all those, because that's what makes the show go round, is the texters, the callers, and the guests. Of course, Corey and I are just the facilitators. We're just the guys that push the buttons and do all that stuff. Hey, this Wednesday, there's a celebration of our life for our great buddy, Gary the Cowboy Vanderlyke. Wednesday, which is the 27th, at 4 p.m. I'll be there for sure. It's at Trinity Episcopal Church at 845 Chestnut Street in Escondido. So you want to join in? I know John Klein and I from the Qualifier 105 days. He's going up. We're going up together. And
super cool.
I know a lot of people. There will be a lot of people there to celebrate the Cowboy and all that he's done. Oh my gosh,
big heart.
Yeah, man. He's done a lot in the sport fishing industry, and he. I remember. My friend Kenny Bauermeister sent me a note when he heard about Cowboy's passing, and he said, that guy, when I went fishing with him, I had all the wrong tackle, and I went on his boat, and he said, here, just take my tackle. That's the kind of guy Gary was. He was just there to help people and no fishing. And he came up with the name Let's Talk Hookup. He's the guy that created the name 32 years ago. So go celebrate Cowboy's life this Wednesday at 4 p.m. at Trinity Episcopal Church in Escondido for sure. Continue our catch report. The surf guru himself, Gundy Gunderson's on the line. Good morning, Gundy.
Hey, Gundy.
Gentlemen.
Good morning.
32 years, Pete? Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Scary, huh? Yeah.
Wow. Well, finally, some good sign in the surf, and boy, we had an incredible catch this week. You know, the water's cleaned up considerably. Water temps hovering, around 70 up to 72 San Diego way, and just tons of bait inside. I had a buddy fish Dana Harbor, and the bait comes swirling up in the evening there, and he snagged a couple pieces, and it was all grunion. So no grunion runs on the map, but the grunion are inside like that. It's interesting. Hook, line, sinker reported improved fishing, and this is a time of year where you gotta go. The reports aren't consistent enough, but there's some darn good fishing, and this is one of the shop regulars there at Hook, Line, Sinker. Fish Thursday, had a legal halibut and a 15-inch perch at Summerland, and thought he had a very good day. So the next morning, same tide, same situation, he goes out there. A bait ball comes up in front of him, just breaking fish. He casts 10 casts, lands 3 40-inch class white sea bass from the beach.
How cool.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not there, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So that's a point I'm making. If you find that clean stretch of water, you know, good things can happen. Another angler fished Emma Woods for 2 6-pound striped bass and a legal halibut. Another angler at Carpinteria had a legal sea bass, so something definitely going on up there. You know, the stretch from Long Beach to Dana, a little bit tough, still some streaky water. But once you get below Oceanside Harbor, 72-degree water, cleaned up nicely, and the Corbina were back on the bite. Pacific Coast checked in 3 fish over 19 inches, topped by a 5-pound, 5-ounce Corbina.
Whew, man. Big.
And like I say, late season now, quality fish. That was taken on a sand crab near the Army-Navy Academy. And here, this is for you, Corey. Several striped bass, mostly in the 14 to 16-inch range, all around the lagoons, Del Mar, Ponto there. One angler had 2 striped bass and an 8-pound orange mouth at Ponto. So it's interesting. You find the bait, you find that cleaner water, you find those feeding fish, and what a mixed bag catch.
Man, what is your thought on all these striper that are in our waters? I mean, it's just kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think there's a couple things happening. You know, usually those striped bass will come down the beach from Northern California on years where we have a lot of cool water, a lot of bait down here. But I think some of these fish, with all the heavy rain we have, may have spawned in some of the backwaters. You know, it's common knowledge, I think, that in the back of Long Beach Harbor, there's some spawning fish, and then some guys tell me that like Bologna Creek up there's some fish that may have spawned that are regulars. Because see, these are smaller fish, and if you have smaller fish, they're not going to be travelers. They're usually going to be yearling fish. So I think it's a good sign. With all the bait around, you know, that water rollover we had recently put some cool water, lots of bait on the beach, and I think that's why we're seeing it this time of year, because it's not typical to see this many stripers this time of year. Usually it's a spring deal or a late fall going into winter deal, but we'll take it, huh, Corey?
I agree with you 100%. It's kind of so cool, just a sprinkle of spice on our already killer fishery, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, girl.
Yeah, but definitely don't pass up a bait ball right now. That's the word.
Could be a bluefin in it, man. Benny Quarantino was showing us a picture of a foamer bluefin right off of Palos Verdes.
Well, it was actually Tom and Val Hansa sent me a video, Gunny, and a picture of, in total legit, Point Vicente, like right outside the feather boa kelp, like literally casting distance, bluefin foamer, right there. You could have had one surf fishing for sure.
Pretty crazy. Hey,
you know, we talked about a few weeks ago all this bait inside on that rollover, and you know that bait and that game fish are going to eventually come together.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the great report, Gundy.
Good show, gentlemen. I'm enjoying myself. Have a nice week.
Yeah, you too. And that report is sponsored in part by the fishthesurf.com. And if you want to go fishing for all your surf fish tackles, you get surffishtackle.com. And tech tips and techniques, fishthesurf.com. That's Bill Varney's site there. Really good stuff.
Something to check it out,
for sure. Phones are packed. Let's jump into it.
Let's do it. How about the one, the only, Gus? Gus from Burbank. Good morning, Gus.
Gus.
Yo, you guys. Yo, Justin. Yo, Steve. Hey.
How's it going?
This show today has me going. So, Justin, I need to get a phone number and the name of your charters.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
It's Bowline Sportfishing, so you can go to bowlinesportfishing.com. And then the phone number is 951-703-9442. I'll say it again, 951-703-9442.
Do you run open party, or is it just strictly charter, or how do you?
I've been pretty busy with the charters, so mainly charters right now.
Okay.
But if I can get enough people together, I will do open party.
Yeah.
But I do guiding as well. I go out on your boat.
Yeah. So you teach them how to run their boat, how to fish off of their boat, using the proper
how
techniques
to
and
locate
stuff.
fish, what to look for,
all of that stuff.
Electronics.
Yeah.
Electronics, everything.
Yeah. So, and Bowline Sport Fishing picks up at 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and so that makes it easy. So, charters. So if you want to go, just go bowlinesportfishing.com and you can book a charter right there.
You can.
Okay.
Yep.
Or give you a call. Your phone number's on there.
Definitely.
And you could do lobster charters. What a fun thing to do. Take your buddies out together and go gather up 5 of your friends and go to Catalina or even in the bay there in Long Beach Harbor and go fishing with Justin and learn lobster fishing probably, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It's so exciting because then you can fish as well. So you leave your hoop nets in the water. I leave them in for about 35, 45 minutes and fish in between.
Okay.
How cool.
Yeah. And what do you catch in between?
We catch bass, sometimes bonita.
Yeah.
We'll catch white sea bass as well at nighttime.
Nice.
Yeah.
How neat.
And what are the hours like if you're going to go do a lobster charter?
So local, I leave right around 4 o'clock and we come back around 10:30.
Oh, okay.
There's no set time.
Yeah.
I don't say, okay, we need to go back now. I like to stay out a little later to see if we can catch more.
Sure.
Catalina, I'll leave around 2:33 and we'll come back right around midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a day trip.
It's a nice compacted trip, really.
I know.
Yeah, right.
That sounds cool. And you also do bluefin charters or
do.
tuna charters.
I
right?
do bluefin. I'm going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow, and so bluefin, yellowfin, six pack basically same kind of thing for 4 or 6 people, whatever. It's a big boat, 44 feet.
Yeah, it is better on the bluefin though to do around 4 people.
4 people, yeah.
Yeah, because things can get a little chaos on the boat when we're hooking up to multiple fish and then bringing them in.
Yeah.
The average size we've been catching right now is 150 to 250 pounds.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and is that a day trip, day and a half trip?
That's just one day.
Okay.
So we'll leave around 7 a.m. and come back at 7 p.m.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Like a 12-hour charter?
Right out of San Pedro.
Because you cruise at 20 knots.
I know. We get out there fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah, that's really
moves.
nice.
It's moving.
Yeah. Hey, Gus, nice to hear from you. You better call Justin and charter the trip.
Thank you, Gus.
It's time to go. All right. You have a great text, huh?
I do, and it's pertaining to lobster season. It says, good morning, guys. Lobster seems like a blast, but there's so many regulations. Where is the best place to figure it all out? And that's from Mike and Dana Point, and he says, thank you.
So on the California Fish and Wildlife page, they have a specific area, kind of a collection of everything related to lobster. If you do their search bar in there and then type in California spiny lobster, it takes you to a page where it covers everything that you need to know. Yeah, and also a good thing to do too is call your local warden. All their phone numbers are on the website as well.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, all the numbers are on there for the different regional offices. Call them. Any questions that you're not sure about, that you don't make sense to you, call them and get the source to tell you. That's going to be the absolute best way for you to be informed.
What about seminars? Are you guys, I mean, I don't only assume you're doing seminars leading up to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Justin just did one. We have another one coming up this week. If you go to promarahi.com, there's an events section there. Check out the events section. That has a list of seminars. We typically do them at Turner's and some of the other local tackle stores, Bass Pro Shops. We do cover a lot of seminars. And then also on our YouTube channel, we have a huge library of covering everything lobster related. Bait cages, how to rig your hoop nets, from A to Z, lobster hooping 101, from a kayak, from a boat, everything. We have a huge library of resources.
At promarahi.com.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel
on
as
YouTube
well.
channel.
Yeah.
You can access it through that website.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what if someone wants to set up a seminar?
They can call us up, and then if you're an individual, we'll probably direct you towards someone who already has a seminar set up. But if you're a shop and you want us to supply you with a speaker like Justin, give us a call, and we'll be happy to make that happen.
Super cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
I'll be happy to do it.
Yeah, and I might also add too that you can buy everything on promarahi.com, but you can also support one of your local tackle dealers.
Yeah, we definitely.
Turner's Outdoorsman, wherever, Fisherman's Landing Tackle, Dana Landing Market. I mean, they're all dealers, right?
Exactly. We definitely want everybody to go to the tackle shop. That's a lot easier. The only reason that we do our online stuff is because there's guys, in inland, way deep inland, that come out and they want to get everything, but it's not as easy.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's not as easy for them to just go to drive to their local tackle store, and they might not have hoop nets at a tackle store that far inland, so they can order it online and purchase it from us to save them a trip.
Sure, or like somebody heard us talking about the crayfish and living up in Mammoth or something like that, and
exactly.
get the crayfish
the
traps. Yeah,
that sounds cool. I want to try that.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun. John Williams is listening, and he heard us talking about the cedar plug, daisy chain, and the cedar plugs. Talk about that again. That's kind of like the new hot tip for tuna. So the daisy chain cedar plug has been your hot deal. How far back do you put it? How fast do you troll it?
So I only put it back around 30, 40 yards.
Okay, close.
And I troll it right around 7-8 miles an hour.
Okay.
So around 6.5 knots, 7 knots. And then troll it through that color break from the dirty water to the clean water.
Oh,
and you'll get hooked up right there.
That
Especially if the water is right around 71 or more.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff is stacked on that color break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially right now in San Diego. They're all over out there now.
How's the daisy chain performing versus the single cedar plug?
Well, the single cedar plug we've been using for the bluefin way back. I haven't really tried it for the yellowfin yet, but it's worked all the other years, so why wouldn't it work this year?
Yeah.
I've just found that the daisy chain one is a hot ticket. That thing is amazing. And do it either in the anchovy or the sardine color.
Okay.
And you're going to get bit.
Yeah.
And then once you get bit on the daisy chain, bring that fish in somewhat close to the boat and throw a scoop of bait out.
Okay.
And you're going to bring all those yellowfin to your boat. You may have other boats that come around you that want to catch your fish that you just brought to your boat, but they're not going to be able to because those fish are stuck on your boat. We call it eating the paint off the boat, right?
Yes.
So once they're on your boat, they're on. So just throw ones and twos out for a chum. Throw your line in the water, instant hookup.
Nice.
I like the idea of that smaller cedar plug chain. I mean, that's really the size of the bait and matching the hatch right there. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Well, let's jump in the phones.
How about Dave? Dave from Anaheim. Good morning. Appreciate you joining us, Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing very well.
Are you there?
Appreciate you joining us this morning. Yep.
I got a tip on the cedar plug for you.
Okay.
Don't use the painted plugs. The commercial guys will tell you this too. Soak your wood plug in fish oil, and it puts a scent out there with your plug. The paint doesn't allow the oil to get into the wood.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a good idea right there.
All right.
It's a good tip.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go get the anchovy thing anyway. So, thanks for the tip. That scent, right?
I know it.
Yeah.
Definitely a good tip.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate that very much. Let's try another one.
Let's talk to Cliff. Where's okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Chef Jeff.
Chef Jeff. Oh, okay. It's Chef Jeff. All right. Hey, Chef Jeff. Who writes all those beautiful recipes for Let'sTalkHookup.com. Good morning, Jeff.
My bad, man.
Good morning, everybody. Ahoy. Thanks for the call. Thanks for grabbing the line.
You bet. Thanks for joining us.
I have a quick pro fishing announcement, or the PSA type of thing, but a PFA regarding the Liberty fishing trip in October, Pete. I'm having a little bit of a problem setting up my fish processing with an evening pickup. I need 5 or 6 more guys that are going on the Liberty fishing trip 16, 17, 18 in October. Email me, and I can put that group together to make sure we get our fish picked up. If I may, my email address.
So let's be clear about this. So if you're going on the 2-day Let's Talk Hookup Liberty trip, that's mid-October there, what you're trying to do is put together people that want to have their fish processed professionally by one of the fish processors, and you need a certain number of people to do it. So if you're interested in doing that and you're going on that Liberty trip, contact Jeff. What's the email address?
Thank you, Pedro. It is Jeff D, as in Davidson, Jeff D 215 @gmail.com.
Okay, JeffD215 @gmail. So send Jeff say, yeah, I want to join in that, and then if you can get enough people, you can get one of the processors out there to process your fish for you.
Absolutely. And heck, if you got a fish or beef or duck cooking question, feel free to email me your question too. I'll get right back to you.
There you go. Yeah, Chef Jeff's beautiful recipe.
And how could I get it wrong? That's why we call you Chef Jeff.
Yeah, and he's got a great cabrita recipe right now on our Let's Talk Hookup website. Yeah, that's it. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate it. Nice to hear from you, Jeff, and thanks for your nice recipes too.
Leave it to me. I can screw anything up.
That's okay. Chief Jeff, Cliff Jeff.
Oh, man.
No, you had it.
He had me a duck recipes, though.
Yeah, the duck recipes. Oh, man. And his recipes are great. A good question here from Nick. Nick didn't put his phone number or say where he is from. Hey, I was listening to you guys' show and just wondering if you guys use regular collapsible nets or the rigid conical ones. My experience, I've had more success with the rigid nets. It's a good question because back in the day, before rigid nets, there was all the collapsible ones. Do you even make those anymore?
Rigid all the way.
Rigid all the way. 100%. I agree.
100%.
Right?
We don't make the collapsible ones. We do make the lay flat ones. And one thing that I will thing that I will say is that if you're going from up here, the lay flat ones, especially if you're with kids, so the lay flat ones perform a little bit better because the lobster don't have to struggle to get into the hoop. They just walk right in. So I have little girls. They tend to want to pull stuff in and check it out a lot faster than you're supposed to. So with those lay flats, it makes it easier for the lobster to just crawl right in
quickly.
After a 5-minute soak, 10-minute soak, and you can pull it up quicker and potentially catch faster.
Yes.
Whereas the conical, it takes a little bit of time for them to figure out how to get in there sometimes. So that's the only benefit to lay flat. But if you're doing it from a boat, I'd say 100% you want to go with the conicals.
The conicals, yeah. And you use the standard weight, not the XL.
I do the standard weight, and I prefer the 36 over the 32.
Yeah.
Because bigger is better.
Yes.
Right?
And more lobsters.
We want more lobsters.
Yeah, for sure. The lay flats are cool, and they definitely crawl in faster, but you got to keep the momentum up, otherwise they're going to flip out, right?
And that's why I say if you plan to retrieve them quicker with kids, they want to constantly pull them up.
Or if you're fishing shallow.
Yeah. You're fishing shallow.
Yeah. It's fishing deep, they're kind of tough, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend them.
Definitely.
It's the same thing with the rigid one as well. When you're pulling it up, you have to keep that constant pressure. As soon as you give slack line, they're going to come out.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I mean, just it could be a medium retrieve, but it's just that steady pressure.
Yeah,
if you get all herky jerky with it, they're
coming out.
They're bye.
I've seen it multiple times right at the boat too. As we're pulling them up, I'll have clients. They'll pull them up.
And
give a slack line because they're shocked. There's like 15 lobsters in there.
Yeah,
there was.
Wow, what's this? And then all of a sudden, slack line. Boom! They start jumping out. What are they doing?
Yeah.
So we grab the line and pull it over.
Yeah. I've even seen it sometimes where the lobster's hanging on the side of the conical, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Where they're like they're almost there. If you just get at that thing in the boat, man, it's like
so. That's the other thing. So if you're pulling at a steady pace too, it keeps those lobsters grabbing onto the net.
Yeah.
And then just pull it.
And they're kind of they're going, what the heck's going on?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's jump back in the phones, Corey.
Let's do it. How about Rich? Rich calling from Camarillo. Good morning, Rich.
Morning, everybody. I had a question in regards to taking care of the lobsters after you catch them. I hear that you shouldn't let them die, and I want to know how you should process them.
It's a good one. I mean,
for sure.
So don't let the lobsters die, then cook them, okay? You can take them home, boil them, or what I like to do is pull their tail and then stick the antenna up the poop chute and pull out the internals, the guts inside of there, and then you can cook it that way. So, but don't let them die first because it causes some kind of, it's like a goo or something.
Well, it's like shrimp. Like you don't want them to start to break down within their own juices. Right. But what you mentioned about the lobster antenna, not everybody knows, and it's kind of a cool trick. So the lobster antenna have all the barbs, right, that face one way, and obviously it goes in one way very easy and comes out grabbing everything.
So on
it's super clean.
On Dave Hansen's Your Saltwater Guide Facebook page and also the Instagram and everything, and as well as on his website, my son Rylan is actually doing a video of how to properly do that.
Oh.
Of remove the tail break the antenna off. It's super simple. He's 9 years old. He could do it. Anyone can do it. Right? Stick it up the poop chute and then pull it back out, and it pulls out all the internals, all the poop chute, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to leave the poop chute in there.
No.
It is like causes
chute.
Yeah, right? I mean,
exactly.
Most of the time there's a lot of sandy particulate in there, and it just, you don't want that in the meat.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Good one there. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. A lot of good questions here.
There is.
Good
a lot
one
of
here
good
from
text.
Dane in Huntington Beach. He says, good morning, guys. When you fill your tubes up, we're talking about the bait tubes, how full are they? How do you cut your sardines in half, or how do you do it?
I don't cut the sardines in half at all. I just put
leave them whole.
just put slices in them with a bait knife.
Okay.
And then if I have to, I'll fold the sardines and put them in there.
Okay. And how full will you put your tube?
All the way. Fill it up.
Fill it up as much as you can.
As much as you can until it's oozing out of the tube itself.
So how many scoops of bait will you take on a lobster trip?
Around 3.
3 scoops?
And if you don't have a bait tank big enough for all that, you can also use a 5-gallon bucket.
Okay. Because it'll stay fresh.
Yeah,
in the bucket.
So we're going to have 20 of the seal-proof bait cages. We need to fill all those.
Right.
So we need a lot. Around 1 scoop will fill right around 10 seal-proof bait cages. 1 scoop will. We need more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to be right back, man. I love all this great information. We're going to learn some more when we return on Let's Talk About the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-7772 for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
When you want dependable service for your outboard or a new or used boat, your first choice should be H&H Marine at their new location, near where the 5 and 805 freeway meets. North County, Central, or South, the new H&H Marine is near you. They also have added an amazing lineup of boats for both fishing and pleasure cruising, like Barletta and Godfrey pontoon boats, and Hurricane runabouts, all on display. Defiance fishing boats and many used boats are available too, along with Yamaha and Mercury outboard sales and service. Speaking of service, Jeff and his crew have you covered. As a factory-authorized Yamaha and Mercury service center, H&H Marine will be sure the job is done right. They have blue water bait tank, both cells and expert installation, as well as Tachycat inflatables. The perfect tender for your boat. For outboard cells and service, pontoon boats, fishing boats, and bait tank systems, check out H&H Marine at their new location, 10685 Roselle Street in San Diego. Check hhmarinesd.com. Great fishing is what Seaforth Sports Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, Elgato Doe, Pride, Polaris Supreme, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay. Lobster season is here. It's time to gear up with the best in the business. Promar, based in SoCal. Promar knows lobster and makes everything you need to catch these tasty critters. The Promar guys are hardcore lobster fishermen and have designed the most successful hook nets and accessories on the market, including the Ambush Series hook net line, the original hook net designed for SoCal lobster hooping. Visit Promar on Facebook or on the web at promarahi.com.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having a great time in studio today with these two gentlemen from Promar. And Man, the lobster charters. I know. I love learning.
Yeah,
it's so much
cool.
fun.
Yeah, and it's so cool that Justin took the time to come in because he could be fishing today, right?
Busy guy.
Yeah, busy guy, and Bowline Charters. And thanks, Justin. Appreciate all your knowledge too. And,
thank you for having me.
So, if somebody's going tuna fishing now. A lot of our listeners love tuna fishing, like me and Tori. What's the top tip you can give them right now?
South or north?
Okay.
Which one?
Well, fishing both.
So if you're going to be south, I would definitely recommend doing the daisy chain. And then as soon as you get hooked up, which you will, if you go into the dirty water where it cleans up, and throw bait, you're going to get hooked up. You'll also we caught a marlin on a daisy chain.
Wow.
That was over near the corner.
Right?
That was a couple weeks ago over near the corner. And then we also get Dorado on the daisy chain as well. So everything bites the daisy chain. Everything does. Looks like an anchovy. Why wouldn't they, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to be Dana Point or north, we've been having success with the flyer, the frozen flyer, and also the Mad Mac.
Okay.
So the 200 Mad Mac is working pretty good.
And how fast are you trolling that?
12 to 14.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty fast.
Fuel burning.
So another person that I guided the other day got a 260-pound marlin on a Mad Mac.
260?
Yes.
Like local?
Yes.
That's a jumbo.
Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one.
It was really nice. It was
That's a
spectacular.
really good.
I mean, I'm not a marlin dude, and I already know that's a
giant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
so
one.
the fish are hungry out there. You just got to be in the zone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just find the zone, start trolling, start throwing bait. You're going to get hooked up.
Prime time. We didn't hear from Dave this morning because he's out fishing on the War Heroes on Water, but report is sponsored in part by Norsk Lithium Batteries here in Southern California, designed specifically for marine use. Norsk Lithium features prismatic cells for extreme durability, solid connections, and longevity and reliability. North Guardian Advanced Battery Management System allows you to monitor the health and charging status of your battery while using the app on your phone. It's amazing. Norsk also makes a complete line of kayak and electric reel batteries too. Make an investment in the best for your boat with Norsk Lithium Battery. That's Norsk Lithium Batteries. Check norsklithium.com for more information and a dealer near you. And the dealer they're expanding quite a bit. I was talking to Mike Lum yesterday about Norsk, and he says the dealer group, I know West Coast Marines is going to become a dealer of Norsk, and it's kind of the way to go now.
I'm really looking forward to you having him in the world headquarters.
Yeah, he's going to be here in October. Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that.
You can, of course, always find out who the future guests are on our guests page at letstalkhookup.com. You can find out, and you can link that through the Let's Talk Hookup website too.
Well,
website or app.
And that's where I figured it all out.
Yeah.
I go to the app, and it's got everything.
Yeah.
Archives to future shows.
The whole thing, yeah. And James from Norsk is super, super knowledgeable, too. So I have a great text. Do you have a good text?
I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah, I got a lot of good texts.
I've got one ready for you here.
Yeah.
It says, good morning. I went hooping on a lobster charter on the Vendetta last year. We had a great time, but we only caught crabs and no lobster. I could not find my lobster card. I bring this up because here's the key part, right? I could not find my lobster card this spring. How do I report my season's catch before getting a new lobster card? And can I do it at the same time? Thanks, from Sean in Blossom Valley.
Good question, right?
So go ahead.
No, there's actually a due date for that. Yeah, so
which is already come and gone.
It's already passed. Yeah, for last season at least. It's usually in April, I believe, about a month after the closure. And you're supposed to do it. If you don't do it by then they tack on. I think it's like a $20 fee to your next season's.
So you're going to have to pay $40 for your lobster card this year.
Yeah, whatever.
Because you didn't report.
Yeah, whatever the standard lobster fee is plus $20 is what you're going to have to pay.
Is that what it is this year, $20 for the lobster card?
It's 11.
Oh, it's only 11. Okay.
Or 14.
Okay. So you pay 31 instead of 11.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
Think of it. The price of
one.
lobsters. The price of lobsters. They say is going to be $48 a pound.
That's retail. That's
yes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right?
crazy.
And I mean, a lot of that we can thank Asia. I mean, Asia is what really has captured and has the demand for all of our commercial caught lobster, which kind of prices out myself and you and everybody else listening, prices us out of being able to go into Point Loma Seafoods and happily purchase one, right?
For sure.
But going to catch our own. That's why Promar is here.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, if you want to get through on the phones, lots of texts, lots of calls, 213-432-1090. You got a chance to win a $50 gift card to PromarAhi.com. Let's jump into the phones.
Let's do it. How about Chuck? Chuck from Dana Point. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, guys. Great time to be a fisherman, huh? Man,
yes, it is.
All the options. Gosh. But I've had a couple bad experiences with the lobster. I guess I let one die while he was waiting to get cooked, and he slimed himself. So I'd be out there with my Corey's slug with a weedless. Those bass love biting at night when the lobster guys are out there. You ever do that?
Yeah,
I've seen guys
shaking his head, man.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Reason why I get so much bait is I keep some of it alive in the bait tank. That way I can fly line some sardines while I'm catching lobsters. We always catch bass, bonita, barracuda,
white sea bass,
the occasional yellowtail as well.
And for me personally, the biggest calico and sand bass that I've seen consistently has always been while I've been lobster hooping.
Wow.
That's when I see the big boys come out.
The big boys come.
Yeah.
Especially breakwall fishing, man. That's like good times. I mean, for everything from cabezon and brown rockfish. It's fun.
For sure.
Sculpin.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, Chuck, for appreciate the call this morning. Let's go live on the water. Mike on the Tribute has got an update for us. What's up, Mike?
Good morning, Mike.
Hey, morning, guys. Yeah, you know, I called you guys yesterday morning, and shortly after that, we definitely got in on some good bluefin fishing. We ended up with a little over 60 mixed fish yesterday. Some nice great yellowfin mixed in. Bluefin up to... It's really hard to say if you look at our Facebook page or Instagram that the fish looks like it's 120 pounds, but our big fish of the day went to Larry, who makes me look tall. So he ended up hooking about an 80-pounder on a 9-foot rod, a 30-pounder on an Alexa. That absolutely kicked his butt for 3 hours. Very good fishing again yesterday.
Oh, sounds so fun. And it's not far from home, is it?
No. We did a little bit of move last night. Caught 10 fish throughout the night, 9 bluefin and 1 yellowfin, and kind of making a run back down to the bluefin area. And everything is within 1 day and day and a half range by far. And day and a half trip, you get pretty much 2 nights of fishing, which is unheard of. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen whenever we go back to our normal schedule, but the amount of fishing time to be had on a day and a half trip is kind of silly.
Yeah. Well, we're spoiled now, and that's a good thing right now. So,
well, you know, it is. And what's funny is somebody said the other day, and we had our last trip was a 3-day charter. 18 out of the 20 guys were rent rods, and they killed it. They had limits of bluefin up to 150 pounds.
Oh my God!
And this is all on rental gear, and like guys just. We're going to have some spoiled people, just saying. Like,
but, I mean, you guys at Seaforth Sport Fishing have upgraded your rental tackle, too, so it's good stuff. So when you rent the tackle...
Yeah, there's a couple different options, and, the guys in the tackle shop do a great job of keeping everything working. And, it's something I preached earlier this year and, over the years is how easy it is for somebody to come down that's never done this before, jump on a boat, go up to the landing, rent some gear, get everything they need, get on a boat, come out and have a trip of a lifetime, not having any experience. Our crew walks you through every step of the way, and it's neat. You get somebody that comes up from Wisconsin that's never fished the West Coast. They come out and they get a limit of bluefin, and one of them's 150 pounds. The guy gets in, and just amazed at what he just accomplished.
Yeah, you got to love that, right? Yeah, for sure. Well, if somebody wants to ride on the Tribute, do you have spots open?
Yeah, there's still the first week of October. Turner's sponsored trip. I think leaving the night of the 3rd, and then we have a 1 day on that Friday. The Turner sponsored trip's starting to fill up. Always a good bet to jump on something like that. You got to check out a bunch of free gear. And October 3rd and October 5th are our next 2 open party trips. We leave tomorrow night on a Morongo Indian Reservation charter, and we got some other stuff coming up. But We always available to charter as well. Just on our Facebook page. We're second day of a 2.5-day charter here now, and got more coming up.
Fantastic. Well, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, charter the boat, or run out of Seaforth, how do we do that?
You can always call Seaforth Landing, 619-224-3383, seaforthlanding.com, tributesportfishing.com, and our social media is Tribute Sport Fishing. We get a lot of groups each year asking. We're primarily an open party boat, but each year we pick up more and more charters and love to do them.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to do it.
Thanks for the update, Mike. It's amazing how good your reception is now with the new satellite phone. It sounds like you're sitting in the next room, but you're actually on the boat right now.
Crew are spoiled, too, with it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check with you guys next week.
Have a good weekend. Thanks. Appreciate the call, Mike, from the Tribute out of C4 Sport Fishing.
Love that report, and it's brought to us by the Fish Pros of Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, the best processing for your fish when your trip returns. Plus, with Fish Pros of Market, you can purchase their famous spices, rubs, their poke kit, ceviche kit, and beyond. They got a lot of stuff going on in there. Stuff. Stop by their location in Old Town, Taylor Street, or you can order online at fishermansprocessing.com. And as we keep mentioning, and it's already a known deal, you have to make reservations. You can do so by texting them at 619-255-3128.
Yeah, and all that information is at fishermansprocessing.com, too. Speaking of rental tackle, if somebody comes aboard your boat, Justin, do you have tackle available for people to use?
I do. We have everything available. And we don't rent it to them.
Okay. It's part of the package.
Part of the package.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So you don't need to bring a thing.
Nope.
Just bring your fishing license and a good time. And
right. Same with hoop nets.
Yeah,
we have the hoop nets on board, too.
What about food? They bring their own food?
I would recommend bringing your own food.
Yeah.
I do have snacks and stuff like that, water on board.
Yeah, nice.
I just don't know what everyone's different.
It's better just to bring your own stuff. Yeah.
Why not, man? It sounds like you offer a really cool deal.
Yeah,
really
at a
good price.
At a
really
good price.
Yeah, for a big boat.
Yeah, I mean it's and you're fast.
Yes,
that's cool.
We get out there pretty quick.
Hey, what a cool opportunity! I mean, for a guy to take his wife and like a young adult child. I say child, but I mean, just take a family out and go do it.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Stay local. We have some great fishing local, right?
Yeah, and to be able to go harvest some lobster.
Maybe the kids, you don't know if they're gonna get sick. Stay local. We'll go out there and go local. Harvesting lobsters, we'll go local in Long Beach.
Nice.
You don't have to leave the harbor.
No, not at all.
How nice. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, another great question here from Mike T. in Huntington Beach. He says, what is the fine for pulling other people's nets, cages, and taking their catch? It should be go to hell.
Right. Yeah.
Right? No?
We were just talking earlier how I got 2 nets stolen right in front of me.
I've had them stolen right in San Diego Bay. Yeah.
A center console right in front of me just took my nets.
Yeah. I mean, those people... Oh boy, they should go to the electric chair.
Do you think purposely done or by mistake? Maybe. I mean, 50-50.
I'm going to say purpose.
100%.
It may have been an accident, but I will say purpose.
Yeah, there's a lot of people stealing stuff, so that's a caution out there. There is no. I mean, all you can do is chase down the person and get your stuff back. I mean, I don't know that you're going to be able to prosecute anybody. I mean.
Nowadays, probably not.
Especially nowadays here in California. I mean, you see how things are going.
Oh, yeah.
Walls.
Yeah, you can steal anything you want.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I would recommend that on your float, your buoy, which you need a buoy, you have it marked a certain way with the reflective tape from
like
ourselves.
Completely different.
Right.
Noticeably.
Do it stripes and maybe... I don't know, circles around it or something. Just mark it different than what other people have.
Spray paint crazy
so when
colors
you shine
on
the light on it, you'll know it's yours.
And I think technically, legally, you can't be very far from your gear. You have to be within a reasonable distance, right?
Right, and you can't leave it out there for more than 2 hours.
Right, yeah, it can't be in the water longer than 2 hours. And that was what I was going to mention is now I don't get away from my gear more than 100 yards typically. I'm usually, I can see everything. I if I notice that someone's coming into that zone, I'll just start putting over to my stuff just so that they know that I'm watching and I'm on top of my gear. So
you got to watch your gear because there are thieves out there that'll steal your gear.
Yeah. It's nice to be courteous to each other too.
Yes.
On the water. If you want to talk to each other, that's fine, because especially opening day or opening week, it's going to be pretty busy. It's going to be a zoo. So if you want to make friends on the water, you'll be right next to them. Make some friends. Right?
And a lot of times I'll set set up, and then some guy will set right on top of me, and rather than screaming at him, I'll just go over there. Hey, how you doing? Kind of make a conversation, see how everybody's doing and stuff. It's open water, right? It's not your territory when you set your hoops.
Right. As long as everybody's being safe.
Yeah.
The part I don't like is because I'm on a bigger boat, right? So I back down onto my net and I pull them. I'll have people put hoop nets right in front of mine where I can't get to mine. So what I do is I'll be courteous. I'll pick up theirs and I'll bring it to them.
Yeah.
Right, here you go. Put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So pick up their stuff and give
there.
it to them. Don't take it. Just give it to them.
Well, that's a safety issue with you, right? They're blocking you. You can't access your gear.
Right.
Yeah. So just be courteous and try not to sit on top of each other. It's a big ocean. It's a big bay. There's plenty of great spots. Yes. Yeah, for sure. But that's a good point. You need to be. Everybody needs to get along out there, especially when opening day comes up, and it's
that sounds like a monster of a mountain right there.
Yeah, it is.
And make your floats out as well. Make your floats visible, right?
Yeah.
So Promar has a light stick that you can put in your float. Just weight your buoy down so the light stick sticks straight up.
Yeah.
Right?
Another Jim Salazar.
Yeah.
Put a weight in the bottom so it's like a keel, right? And you have all that at PromarAhi.com, right? On the YouTube channel.
Exactly.
It'll teach you how to set up your net, set up your hoops, set up your floats so it does stick up straight.
Yeah, anything that you're unsure about, I'm sure we have it covered on one of our videos.
Yeah. And those reusable lights are great. They last a long time.
Yeah, the one thing I do recommend is anytime that you're done using them, pull the batteries out, because what happens with the batteries when they sit over time, they end up opening up and the acid gets everything on everything and it ruins the electronics. Open them up, let them dry out at the end of the night, store them dry, and they should last multiple seasons.
Yes. And it comes with the replacement batteries.
Yeah, it does come with replacement batteries, and the great thing about those is that there's multiple settings on them. There's a solid and flashing, and then they also glow if they happen to go out while you're on the water, so you'll still be able to see them because they'll glow. What I tend to do when I'm working my sets is when I first put them out, I'll do either a solid or a blinking so that I can, and then as I'm rotating my set, I switch the setting so I know, okay, that one's solid, that one's blinking, the blinking one I still need to pull.
How slick.
Yeah, and that way you don't get confused, because, sometimes you're in a concentrated area, you got all 10 hoop nets in the same area, and you lose track of what you're doing just because it is dark, there's a lot going on, and that makes it easy to see what you've pulled and what you haven't.
Your knowledge,
what a great idea.
Yeah.
What I like to do is something a little bit different. What Steve's idea is great. I do the blinking one first, solid all the way for 8, and then in the last one I do blinking as well, so I know where my nets are
beginning and end.
Yeah, right.
Pretty slick.
Hey, Jeff in Florence. Good morning, Jeff. Are you Florence, Oregon?
Hey, no, this is Jeff from Torrance.
Oh, Torrance. Okay,
currently
gotcha.
Roger. Currently doing a drift off of Clemente. Flyers are out.
Nice.
Weather's fair. And we got a question regarding being able to use the head of our 130 that's in the bag for hoop netting.
Oh, man.
Is that legal?
Or you want me to cover it? All right. So you can use it. However, so you got to be with game fish. Anything that's game fish, you got to remember there's limit regulations with it. If you're using a game fish, it's going to be hard to. If a warden comes on and he sees that you have tuna on the boat, it's going to be hard to tell him, "Hey, that's only one head. That's not more than 5 different tuna that I caught." So even though it's a head that could have been from a week ago, yesterday, whatever, there's still regulations that apply to that. Even though it's just a head, they still want to see that you were below limit when you caught that, or you have less than 5 tuna heads on the boat. Or if you're using any other species that has a higher limit, it's hard for them to tell that you're still under limit, and limits do apply even though you're using it for bait. So keep that in mind. I personally, we've talked about it earlier, I just stick to sardines and anchovies and mackerel, and you definitely don't have to worry about any of that when you're dealing with those, because that's considered bait fish. There's no limitations on that. But when you get into using any type of game fish, yellowfin, bluefin, I've heard of guys using yellowtail, rockfish. Those all have limitations, so just be aware.
Stay within your limits.
Yeah, just be aware of that.
Can you use that head? Absolutely, you can, and just make sure that you abide by the 2 fish limit per person when you have that head on. One note on heads: one of my favorite baits of all time at Catalina was zip tying a yellowtail head to the bottom of the net.
The sea lions absolutely love you.
And once the sea lions figured it out,
how did I know?
It was over, man. It was, you could never, no way. So I think that's going to be your biggest problem with that head, would you say, Justin? I think the sea lions are just going to go in there and just rip it right out of there.
But if you don't use a bait tube, the bait cages actually are functional for that, right? I mean, couldn't you stuff that into a bait cage without the... The problem with the darn sea lion is
if you love sea lions, use it.
Yeah, because they're going to get on it.
But even if they can't get it, they're getting in the net and scaring everything out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so much that they steal your bait or they take your bait. It's just
they're sticking their nose in there.
Lobster are not going to go anywhere near a sea lion.
Where the sea lion is.
If there's a sea lion there, they're not going.
What a pain! That's where you got to pick your gear up, and that's where I'd pick up my gear and let them go over to Steve, and then I'd go over a half mile and set my gear again.
Yeah, drop them off at Steve's boat. Yeah.
Wait, we're going to be right back on Let's Talk Hookup. You're listening to Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. So Let's Talk Hookup app on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Back in 1979, my parents started Fast Lane Sailing Center. They lived in a VW van in the parking lot and sold catamaran sailboats. And over the years, the shop has evolved. They've sold everything from windsurfers to barbecues, paddleboards, and trailers. Here's the point. For over 40 years, my parents, and eventually me, my brother Jared, and sister Ava, have been in the business of fun and making memories on the water with friends and family. If something's in the shop, it's a product we use, are passionate and knowledgeable about, and want to share with you. We encourage you to come down to our shop, Fast Lane Kayaking on Mission Bay, and check out our huge selection of Hobie Mirage kayaks, accessories, and more. And let's get you on the water, fishing with friends, enjoying the coast with your family, or exploring mountain lakes in solitude. In other words, having fun and making memories.
In San Diego, the future belongs to everyone. So Ford engineered the truck of the future for everyone, the Ford F-150, available with a Pro Power onboard generator. What a great addition for anglers. There's also a variety of cab configurations for whatever you need to haul. The truck of the future isn't created for just a few. It's created for us who love the ocean and the outdoor life. Ford F-150. Test drive one at your local San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day trips on the Daily Double and full-day trips on the Mission Bell every day. Perfect for novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips on the American Angler, Vagabond, Intrepid, Independence, Diuloan, T-Bird, Game Changer, and more. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com where you can purchase tickets online. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and pretty easy today. We don't have to flip a coin.
Yeah, no coin flip.
So Texter in, Mike in Huntington Beach wins a $50 gift certificate to PromarAhi.com. And on the caller end, John in Escondido, he gets his $50 too.
All right. Hey, congratulations, guys. And thanks very much, Justin. His wealth of knowledge. Appreciate your time off the boat today. And if somebody wants to go fishing with Bowline Sport Fishing out of 22nd Street Landing, how do we do it?
Yeah, you can give me a call, 951-703-9442. That's 951-703-9442, or visit me at bowlinesportfishing.com.
All right, sounds great. All right, appreciate your time. And, of course, Steve, thanks a lot. Promar Ahi, great people, have been sponsors of ours for years, and they are the masters when it comes to lobster fishing, and a lot more, too. The live deception jigs are pretty amazing stuff.
Appreciate
all the stuff that you do. How do we get a hold of you guys?
You guys can give us a call at 310-515-8881, or you can visit our website at promarahi.com. We're also on all the social media outlets. Just look up Promar Ahi, and you'll find us there.
And then YouTube channels, great information too. Yeah, and of course, all Turner's Outdoorsman, Fisherman's Landing Tackle, Dana Landing, and
every shop
in California here carries your stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, Corey, for being here this weekend, and thank you all for being with us. Thanks to JP on the phones and the board, and thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup app. Next Saturday and Sunday, Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star will be here on Saturday, and then our dear friend Valerie Hopebridge from Queen Charlotte Safaris will be here on Sunday. That's going to be a fun show, a fun weekend of shows. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week right back here on the Mitre 1090 ESPN Radio and the Let's Talk Hookup app.